In this video, I will go over how to import audio and edit it inside iMovie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my downloads, and so there's a ton of stuff here, and I'm just looking at this here, looking at MP3. There it is. Here's one, so I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to import it, and two things. One is the thumbnail or the icon is of the sound waveform. So waveform is basically these spikes, this low spike right here. That's like where the audio goes really low, whether maybe it stopped for a split second or just the music is very, very low. Just visually, I can just by looking at it, I can tell that the song has a dip right here, basically. Later on, you'll see that the spikes can increase in height or whatever. Anyways, the other thing is if I just mouse over it, if I click and mouse over it, let's see. Let's do it again. Okay, that's weird. Well, I know at the beginning, there it is. I guess I have to have something else selected, I don't know. But I can see the length of the audio or the song, whatever. It's 1.3 minutes. This entire thing is 28 seconds long, but this line right here is at 4 seconds. So if I click, say, over here, I'll just hit at the end, I am now at 28 seconds. If I go to the beginning, I am now at 0 seconds. Because this is over 28 seconds, if I just click it once and click on that plus sign, it's going to be imported over this music icon layer or box, whatever you want to call this. So let me click in here, click on the plus, and there it is. So now my time, my length is now gone to 1 minute and 22 seconds. One thing is I need to go to the far left, and there we go. So here I have this, and what can I do with it? Well, let's say, okay, I'm just going to click there. Let me turn down my volume. I'm going to press play. Let me do it again. I want to do it right here. I just want to see if that audio, so right now, if I left it as is, I would have a very long video, but for almost a minute, it's just going to be a black screen with Super Mario music going on in the background. And maybe that's not going to be the most exciting video of all time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to shorten this thing up. There's two ways, and this applies to video as well, which I haven't gone over yet, but it applies as well. The first thing is I can always move my mouse over here. When I get these two black arrows, I can just click and drag and line it up. And you can see it's going to snap. So it snaps right above the end of this right here. So I can do that. I have that option. The other thing, or the other way, is if I just, let me click over here. Now I'm going to move my mouse, and my mouse stops right here because it's snapped right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click. Now I'm not going to click with my mouse icon like right here. I will go over this part where this line that's going horizontal. If I move my mouse, I can actually click and drag that and do all these things, but I will go over that in a bit. But for now, if I move my mouse up here, and then I'm going to click in here, whether it's right here or right here, doesn't matter, just as long as it's inside here. With this line here, I want to just, let's say this is where I want my audio to end. Well, move my mouse here, and I'm just going to click. Then I'm just going to right click, and then I'm going to click on split clip. Now, we can see this little gap here. This is basically just saying that these are now separate clips, even though when this one ends, the beginning of this clip here is right after this one. So it's basically kind of like cutting down a loaf of bread. You can still squish it together, and it's the same thing, it's just now in slices. So you can kind of like remove portions of audio in this case. So okay, if I don't want this part right here, let's say, okay, I'm going to click in here, I'm going to right click, split clip. Now I can just click in here and delete it. Now it's gone. And I can just click and drag this and put it there, let go, and that's it. I'm going to undo that with Command Z. Another thing that I can do, and I'll just leave it at this, I mean, I can also just delete it, and that's it. Now my video is back to 28 seconds, and I have audio to go along with it. Well, I'm just going to undo that for now. And so that's how you would cut down audio. In fact, one last thing. Delete. Let's say, well, I want this to be a slow transition because when I look at my video, I see cats, and I kind of want that to start off slow. So what that means is, right here, it's going to be kind of tricky, but right here on the edge, there's this little circle that appears. That circle right there, like an eyeball or whatever. If I move my mouse towards that, my mouse will then change to something like this. Now what that means is if I click, or first of all, if I just move my mouse and I let go, I get this little pop-up, fade audio in. So if I click and hold and drag it, I get this like little curve. This curve is basically just saying this number here, like let's say right, I had it earlier. Okay, I'll go with 6, there. So for 6 seconds, this audio will fade in. So it's going to start from very low, and the volume will go to 100% or to whatever my max volume is set. And that is determined by this line right here. So right now, if I click and hold on this line, this is how loud my audio is, or this song is. So let's say, okay, this is meant to be just some background music, but then I want some other audio in here. For example, I can click and drag and put this here. Let's pretend this is a different audio now, like not Super Mario, but let's say it's Minecraft, I guess, or whatever, it doesn't matter. I can have voices right here. This, like, let's say this is voices or sound effects, and then this is the background music. I want people to be able to hear clearly my dialogue, my voice acting, my sound effects. The music, I want that to be heard, but at a lower volume. It does not take priority over people talking in a video, basically. So I can always click and drag, bring it down like this, for example, and I'll just leave this as so, and then play it. And if I like it, I'll leave it. If not, I can always make some more changes. Maybe I can bump this up all the way, things like that. Now, 400% is the maximum, but you also never want to go up that high. Yellow is kind of like a warning sign, like, hey, your audio is possibly getting distorted, and it might be hard to see, but there is red at the tip, and hopefully my battery doesn't die. But the red is basically saying that it's pretty much distorted at this point. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but you almost never want to have something like that. So I'm just going to leave it at 100. If I can do that, I'll just leave it right there. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so that's what these lines are for. to turn up the volume. The default volume, because many audio or videos have like uh, sometimes your audio isn't loud enough, so you need to turn it up on your computer speaker or your phone or whatever. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and delete this and back to here because I got sidetracked. This is basically just going to fade in from 0% all the way to 400 or whatever I have this set to. So so yeah, you get the idea. I can do the same thing over here, click and drag, and I can do the same thing there. But yeah, so you have those options to edit in iMovie. It's not the most comprehensive, it's not the most detailed, but it gets the job done, and it does it really well. Hopefully that helped.